One of the most frequently used operations performed in the scripts is cutting a text into smaller pieces. Maybe you need to take a substring starting from one letter and ending on another, maybe sometimes a text needs to be analyzed, or you need to find a substring and next copy it from the original text, and so on. In such cases, this lesson should help, as we discuss here text operations. Let's assume that somewhere in the script we have a variable proc pointing to a directory where a specific program was installed. Here it is zip. This path could be built in different ways. Here we have a relative path, but it could be an absolute path as well. The path here is a bit strange. Go to an upper directory and next jump into user bin. All this because such name should nice show how the next commands work. Normally we don't use so strange paths. So first example, simple case. When I want to display a variable, I write echo $proc. But note that when I reference a variable, I can put the name of the variable in the curly brackets. But why should I use the curly brackets if all works correctly also without them? From time to time, a variable could be displayed by echo command and should be a part of a long text. Shell could have problem with correct detection of the variable name in such a text. In this case, the variable name could be distinguished with the help of the curly brackets, but generally this is only one appliance of curly brackets. Let's say I want to have only path to a directory without a file. /user/bin. In such case, in the curly brackets I can write %. That means that I want to throw away something at the end of the string. But what should be cut away? Only this part of the text that matches the mask /*. Okay, there are many fragments matching to this mask. /* matches /user/bin/zip, but also /bin/zip, but also /zip. Which one of the fragments should be removed? In this case, the shortest one will be taken. So zip is removed and we have /user/bin, which is the path to a directory. That code could be simply reused in your script whenever from a path to a file only a path to a directory should be extracted. This can be handy if, for example, you would like to create a temporal copy of a file in the same directory as the original file. But if for any reason you would like to remove the longest fragment matching the mask, then a syntax %% should be used. Now you already know why the path used here is so strange. /* matches for the /user/bin/zip, and this is the longest fragment matching this mask. The practical appliance of this example would be harder, but if I would need to write a script processing directory structure one directory after another, I could be interested with extracting just the first directory in the path. But similar analysis could be run not only on file paths, but on any text that you can imagine, so I am sure there are better examples as well. Let's come to another variant of the cut operation. For the moment, all the operations were done starting on the right side, but if we need to cut starting on the left side, we should start with a hash sign. Because I want to cut starting on the left, I also need to slightly modify the mask itself. This time I want to remove part matching */, and again we can remove // because it matches the mask, but we can remove /user/ because it matches the mask, and finally we can remove /user/bin/ because this also matches the mask. So what will be removed? The shortest possible fragment will be removed. So in this case // and the remaining part is user/bin/zip. One could say that it is difficult to find a practical appliance for it. Maybe yes. But if we would like to remove the longest part matching the mask starting from left, we should use doubled hash. What is returned now? Only the file name. And I am sure no one will complain it does not have practical usage. Of course, there are also other methods to have the same results, but anyway, that works as well. Now I want to show another type of the function that will cut a fragment from a text, but this time the cut operation will be based on the number of characters in the text. Let's say that from the given text I want to cut only the text bin. It means I should skip 7 letters starting from the beginning. Next, starting from position number 7, I want to take only 3 letters. The returned text is indeed bin. How to modify the expression to just remove only the first 2 characters? Let's try following command. Skip 2 letters and take all the rest. OK. And how to take only 3 first characters? In such case, the information about the skipped letters should be omitted. In other words, I skip here 0 letters and I take 3. That works. Nice. And now quite a practical example. The command IP address returns information about configured IP addresses. Let's say that I have only one line of the output, this one with the IP address. Suppose that I want to get only the IP address from this line. That's the content of the variable line. Assuming that the line will always be formatted like we can see it here, I may have idea how to solve the problem. Note that IP address finishes with a character slash. Note also that it begins just after a first space. Knowing the tricks from this lesson, that should not be a problem. In the first step, I may say I want to remove everything what is after the slash, including the slash. That's why I built an expression removing the longest text matching the mask slash asterisk. %% slash asterisk. Indeed, I have what I wanted. So now I can save the result to the variable, even the same variable line. Now the content of the variable is much shorter. Now I need somehow to remove the characters before IP address. First, in the variable line, I'm searching the longest text matching the mask slash space. In our case, it is text init space. Even if at the beginning there would be more words separated by spaces, I'm cutting the longest part, so the result is the IP address. Yes, that's something what I wanted, so let's save it into the variable line. Starting from now, in the line variable, I have only the IP address. That's of course only an example how to work with texts, how to cut from one or the other side, unless we got the interesting part of the text. Hairdresser cuts the hair and string dresser cuts the strings of text.